Oh, it's one of the most wonderful days of the year. It is National Girls and Women in Sport Day. And in its honor, we asked you to brag on the female athletes in your life. And you certainly delivered like you always do, from soccer to fencing, volleyball, softball, and of course, lots of daughters and granddaughters making their mark in the state of hockey. You sent in those pictures and they never get old. It has been more than 50 years since Title IX opened up the world for female athletes. And today, Sammy went to the Minnesota History Center to celebrate some of those accomplishments.
Yeah, Jana, the event I went to honored the people who have helped pave the way for Minnesota's women and girls in sports. They told me there is so much to celebrate, but there is still so much to do.
History is being made every day.
Women's history is hidden history.
Today, it's time to celebrate how far we've come.
Women's sports history is one layer deeper.
It's National Girls and Women in Sports Day.
In 1999, she was given the opportunity to try out for one of the first teams in the Women's Professional Football League.
Fittingly, at the Minnesota History Center, the Minnesota Coalition of Women's Athletic Leadership is recognizing some history makers.
When I was 12, I played on a women's slow pitch softball team because there was nothing else to play.
Annie Adamczak-Glavin played 3 different sports in high school and was a standout professional volleyball player before coaching. She shares experiences with many of the women here.
When I was 11 years old, I joined my male classmates in attending a call for prospective Little League baseball players. The coach came up to me and asked me what I was doing there. I said I wanted to join the team. He said, "You can't do that." I asked him why. He said, "Because you're a girl."
Dr. Pat Rosenbrock helped to write the history book for women's athletics at Bemidji State and coached 3 different sports.
As a young woman, I was fortunate enough to be inspired by strong women, advocates for expanding women's rights and opportunities.
The Tucker Center at the University of Minnesota has studied that progression.
If you look at the Cornhusker volleyball, which over 90,000 people showed up in the football stadium to watch volleyball, women's basketball games to see Caitlin Clark are selling out all over the Big Ten.
Dr. Nicole Lavoie is the director there.
50 plus years after Title IX was passed in 1972, we have record numbers of girls playing sport. Attention, sponsorship, growth, viewership for women's sport right now is off the charts.
But so much more needs to be done.
We know girls and women face gender stereotypes and bias. They get less programming and less resources. They face more harassment and discrimination.
But today, they will celebrate.
It's what a difference 50 years has made. Actually, it's 60, I think.
Tomorrow, they'll continue to make history.
Our athletes stand on a pyramid that you have created.
Sammy, I don't know if you know this, but you're gonna make me cry. Those women, those matriarchs of women in sport, it is just an honor to hear them share their story. When she said, the coach said to her, "Because you're a girl," I hear what it sounds like in 2024, and in 2024 it sounds like because you're a girl is a good thing.
Yeah, for sure. And, you know, even if you're not the biggest sports person, you can understand where they're coming from and why this is important for everybody.
Thank you so much.